Looking back at Grand Peace Online, you can honestly see only two things when looking at or playing this update itself. The game is exactly the same and I enjoy this, or the game is exactly the same. Now, in my eyes, if you enjoy both of these, then more power to you. But the problem that multiple people have had with this game is that we are literally getting the same thing over and over each update without any innovative changes. Now, I'm sure you've heard this multiple times, but it's just the point that we kind of probably have to start accepting now. Grand Peace Online is probably just going to be doing the same update over and over again. And along with that, we also get an extremely long wait between each update. This is the formula that GPO currently is in. And if you were to actually compare the numbers of the game during the update that happened earlier this week to what the game used to have inside the past for update, there's at least a dip of around 20,000 to 40,000 players, which is, it's not crazy because still having like 20,000 or 30,000 plus players is honestly a huge positive for your game. But for the standard of Grand Peace Online and like the standard that it used to set back then for Roblox, seeing the game quote unquote fall off like this is not really nice to see. And I also want to say this at the start of the video, this is just fully my opinion. If you enjoyed the update, please don't just let some YouTuber talking about it influence your outlook on the game. This is literally just my opinion on the update, and I'm actually interested to know if anybody else really does enjoy this update, because I did watch Infernasu's video where he said that this update is good, and most of the comments were telling him no it's not. And then here I am on like the opposite side of the spectrum from that video saying that the update's bad. And imagine if the comments are telling me the update's good. Just comment how you feel about the update. And then actually regarding the update itself, I played it for around 2 hours and I was able to experience all of the new content within the update within the time span of just 2 hours. I even played with a group of friends to try and get more positive review when like trying to experience the update. But even still, it just wasn't really enjoyable. And the only new content for me as a person who has literally been playing the game since release was just going to be two bosses, which were going to be both Roger and Mihawk, that basically act as world bosses. So they follow like the same format as Brook, where they would spawn during a set time or after like a set amount of time was filled inside of a server. And then the island that they both happen to spawn at, which is also the new island added for this update. And if you really just look at it, all the island really offers is basically just as like an open arena for you to actually start fighting the bosses. I was literally looking through the whole entire update log trying to see if there's like some other new stuff. And outside of them adding in like a new fighting style, which is Zokushiki V2, the rest of the stuff for this update was kind of just like revamping things, balance changes, trying to make the game more catered towards like mobile players, and I guess fixing up Battle Royale in some type of way. Like, this update, comparing it to some of the old updates where we had to also wait like 6+ months for, one of them being update 8, there was such a huge gap within content, and it's just honestly so crazy to me. If you were to look at the update 8 log, you can honestly see that we got up to 4 new fruits, we got the whole entire Rose Kingdom along with like 4 new bosses, a lot of new weapon drops, we even got a whole entire new variant, or basically a whole entire new race added to the game as well. This update was honestly a very good update for GPO standard, where it's basically just boss, fruit. And then you come over to update 10, which is kind of like it's a really good point to be at for your game. And it's the same thing as the past updates, but worse. Like, literally just worse. And I'm pretty sure that the gap from this update was actually around 7 months from update 9. Now, update 9 was also just like a low-key update. I'm pretty sure that it was just a Dugalhan event. And once update 9 actually dropped, I did kind of take a break from the game because they took my content creator role. I don't know why. Probably because I wasn't uploading videos in the game, so it's like fair game. But yeah, they did end up taking it. Even still though, it doesn't really like excuse the fact that this update honestly was just like mid. Like I said at the start of the video, if you do have fun inside, like coming inside GPO and just playing the game itself, and you don't mind updates like this, please let me know like the value that you actually see inside of it, because all I really see is just a new thing for you to grind for like a 0.1% or 1% drop rate, and then after that you would just end up going inside a trade hub. It's like the game GPO is starting to just become one of those games where it's like you just try to collect the best item set you can say that you've had it, and not really like you're playing the game to actually get some fun out of it. And that's like honestly just my take, because I've like really grown to disconnect from GPO. The game just really isn't that fun to me anymore, and I feel like this update kind of just makes it even worse, which is not a good thing, because this update really is kind of just catered towards like new players, I would say, or people who are picking up the game for the first time, along with the introduction of mobile, which will probably keep its numbers up inside like a dry state when phoeyu's working on update 11 or update 10.5. But even still though, this update overall, really, I wouldn't call it an update, because I feel like every single update before this has been better than this update itself. It's like we just get into the same cycle of literally balance changes, fruit, island, boss, balance changes, fruit, island, boss. And phoeyu did say that he's actually going to do something with battle royale. I'm not sure what it is, but whatever it is, hopefully it makes people start playing it again, because I did try to get inside a battle royale lobby just to kind of get more footage for this video, and it took me like around 10 minutes to get inside of a queue. Mind you, I was in a VC with like 10 people trying to queue in a battle royale lobby with like around 10 people, and it still took us 10 minutes to queue with 10 people in there. And yes, we were teaming in solos. And to like kind of expand more on the point of players really just playing this game to trade versus playing this game to like actually have fun, I feel like the only two main places you would find players in GPO are going to be the trade hub, which is going to be number one, and literally just the main game. Arena is basically, it's really just boring, or if it's full of people trying it out for like the first time. When I was playing arena matches, I was actually finding somebody on mobile, and one thing I don't understand is how he was so decked out on mobile, especially if the update just released. It's like he was just trading on the game beforehand on his phone. Like even loading into this lobby right here, usually you would see this being filled up with a huge amount of people, because it's like the universal hub where you do see everybody who's inside the game's avatar right before you like go to wherever you want to be. But even this is like kind of buried for GPO state, comparing this to like the old stuff before. But then you come inside a place like trade hub, and I can almost guarantee to you that you're just going to see a huge amount of people standing over here. Yeah, it's like this is what GPO has become. A game where you honestly just try to get the best trades for yourself, and you just stand around and literally trade all day. GPO literally just lacks an endgame, and I feel like that's something most Roblox games actually do lack in itself. And like stuff like this too, like a mythical fruit chest, bro. Oh my god, like this game is so cooked. Even still though, let me actually know your thoughts on this update itself. From this whole entire video, if you did make it to the end, you can tell that I am not a fan of this update. Mute this guy's mic, it's really loud. But if you did make it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate it, because you stayed around just to hear my opinion. So feel free to like and subscribe. And besides that, thank you for watching. Oh god, for rent. They even have a renting sign. I can rent the statue for 300 Robux. Yeah.